यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 द्वारा जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परम सभजिकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अवचरणत भक्तिवंत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to some devotees Hare Krishna, all glories to some devotees Hare Krishna, all glories to some devotees Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. निगमकल्पतरोर्घलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. We are discussing on Canto 7, Chapter 6, verse number 1. It was a theme given to me saying that power of early spiritual training. So this was the verse which was chosen. It's there on the board. If you can repeat after me. Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaracharet Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janmam Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Ardhruvam Martadham Tadapi Ardhruvam Martadham Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaracharet Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhruvam Martadham Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaracharet Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhruvam Martadham Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaramachare Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhruvam Martadam Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaracharet Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhruvam Martadam Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaramachare Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhruvam Martadam Matajis Shri Prahlada Uvacha Kaumaracharet Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhruvam Martadam Shri Prahlada Uvacha Prahlad Maharaj said, Kaumaraha, in the tender age of childhood, Acharet, should practice, Pragnaha, one who is intelligent, Dharman, occupational duties, Bhagavatan, which are devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Iha, in this life, Durlabham, very rarely obtained. Manusham, human. Janma, birth. Tat, that. Api, even. Adhruvam, impermanent. Temporary. Artadam, full of meaning. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhachananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Prahlad Maharaj said, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life, in other words, from the tender age of childhood, to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements. The human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporary like other bodies, it is meaningful because in the human life one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotion service can give one complete perfection. Purport. The whole purpose of Vedic civilization and of the reading of the Vedas is to attain the perfect stage of devotional service in the human form of life. According to the Vedic system, therefore, from the very beginning of life, the brahmacharya system is introduced so that from one's very childhood, from the age of 5 years, one can practice modifying one's human activities so as to engage perfectly in devotional service. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 2.40, Swalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little advancement on the path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Modern civilization, not referring to the verdicts of Vedic literature, is so cruel to the members of the human society that instead of teaching children to become brahmacharis, it teaches mothers to kill their own children, even in the womb, on the plea of curbing the increase of population. And if by chance a child is saved, he is educated only for sense gratification. Gradually, throughout the entire world, human society is losing interest in the perfection of life. Indeed, men are living like cats and dogs, spoiling the duration of their human lives by actually preparing to transmigrate again to the degraded species among the 8,400,000 forms of life. The Krishna consciousness movement is anxious to serve human society by teaching people to perform devotional service which can save a human being from being degraded again to animal life. As already stated by Prahlad Maharaj, Bhagavata Dharma consists of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. In all the schools, colleges and universities and at home, all children and youth should be taught to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, they should be taught to hear the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, to put them into practice in their lives and thus become strong in devotional service, free from fear of being degraded to animal life. Following Bhagavata Dharma has been made extremely easy in the age of Kali. The Shastra says, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam, kalau nastyaiva, nastyaiva, nastyaiva gatiranyata. One need only chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Everyone engaged in the practice of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will be completely cleansed from the core of his heart and he be saved from the cycle of birth and death. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Katanjanaspati Yasmin Dushkaram Sukaram Bhavet Vispati Viparinthar Shri Chaitanya Namatam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishta Prashimate Jayapataka Swamiti Namacharvadaya. Hari Om Tat Sat. So, Prahlad Maharaj is saying one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood, to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements. Giving up all other engagements is an addition of Srila Prabhupada. So, is giving the context. The human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporarily like other bodies, it is meaningful because a human life one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. So, the theme which was given to me was power of early spiritual training. Now, early spiritual training, Prahlad Maharaj has very clearly defined, is as early as 5 years old. I don't know about others, maybe some of you were given a chance to start from 5. I got to hear the name of Krishna or the right spelling of Krishna somewhere at 27, 28. So, though Krishna was there in my household, my father used to do Saligram, Shilabhishek and all those things. But personally, I was introduced to Krishna in a serious way only at 27, 28. So, there is about 22 years of backlog in my own life. You can look into your own life and see. I'm sure many of you had a good opportunity of starting early. Now, when one start early, means that there is potency of that spiritual life which can attract Narsimha Dev. If we see the 10 avatars, or just consider the 10 avatars, all the avatars almost came for a larger purpose. Matsya came in order to take the entire drowning population. Kurma came to help both the demons and the demigods to do the churning of the milk ocean. Similarly, Krishna also came, of course there are different reasons, but Krishna also came for dharma samsthapanarthaya. Sri Rama also came for a different purpose of killing Ravana and many things. But if you look at Prahlad Maharaj's case, Narsimha Dev came only to protect Prahlad Maharaj. No other purpose. Prahlad Maharaj was under trouble, and hence Narsimha Dev appeared for him. This is the result of very, very pure devotional service. Extreme belief and trust in the existence of the Lord and His Lord's protective nature. Extreme. We have heard this story many times, and we are at the cusp of Narsimha Chaturdashi. So nothing wrong in remembering it a little more. But the katha is not mainly because I think Lal Govind Prabhu is coming today. He's going to start in Hindi. Many kathas related to Narsimha Dev after a very long time is coming. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. But just if you understand that Prahlad Maharaj was tortured right from the stage of him being in the womb, at least was attempted to, by the demigods themselves. It so happened that Hiranyakashipu went off for his meditation, and the demigods knew that Hiranyakashipu is going to ask for something very dangerous for them. So they thought, oh, this Kayadu is pregnant, let us try and get the son of Hiranyakashipu and destroy him right away. Fortunately, Narada Muni, who is so merciful, stopped the demigods and said, hey, don't do that. The person who is inside is a devotee. He advised them, and then he took Kayadu to his ashrama, and he started preaching to her about devotional service. Young Prahlad, who is as young as just 1 month of a fetus, 2 months of fetus, not even month-old baby. He heard the pure devotee speaking devotional service from the womb. Look at the power of the preaching of a pure devotee. A pure devotee can penetrate what Bhagavatam says as being in the mode of ignorance. When the fetus is covered by the womb, it is said that the person is in the mode of ignorance, or at least it is a stage. An example is given of the fire covered by smoke, the mirror covered by dust, and the fetus covered by the womb. So a person in the mode of ignorance can also be preached through the womb. Narad Muni has given this example. So when somebody starts as early as Srila Prahlad Maharaj, then that attracts the Supreme Personality of Godhead to come personally to protect him. It is very useful for us to understand the mood of Srila Prahlad Maharaj and also Prabhupada in this purports and also in his life. In this purport, Prabhupada says a very beautiful line. We have to focus on that. Modern civilization, not referring to the verdicts of Vedic literature, is so cruel to the members of human society that instead of teaching children to become brahmacharis, it teaches mothers to kill their children even in the womb on the plea of curbing the increase of population. And if the child is saved, he is educated only for sense gratification. We should hear the plea of Srila Prabhupada in this particular line. When the purpose of human life is devotional service, when the purpose of human life is like how Prabhupada is also saying, Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpampyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Little devotional service also they do, it is they are saved from the biggest of the danger. In that purport we have read, but to recollect, the purport says that the biggest of the danger is to be degraded to a lower form of life, into animal life and plant kingdom. If little devotional service is done, Prabhupada promises, Krishna promises, Prahlad Maharaj is also saying that you will be saved from that fear at least. But don't you think that is a very long route? No, just I will do little enough, I will be born as human being again. Little. Anyway, we have confidence. I have chanted Hare Krishna for such a long time. I will not be given animal life. Are you sure? Have you heard of Bharat Maharaj? Bharat Maharaj went all the way to Bhava. By the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his will, he was given out body of a deer. So, in the law book written by Krishna, there could always be a star mark and say conditions apply. So we should not be very satisfied by saying that Swal Trayate Mahato Bhayat. So Prabhupada is very clearly saying that a person who is born in the modern society, if the child is born, they are trained for sense gratification. This is what we think that, outside the world people are trained for sense gratification. In the devotee community, they are all trained for pure devotional service. Am I right? We cannot be further from the truth. Though it is a devotee community, like ISKCON, Prabhupada said, is his own body. He said that you have to protect ISKCON like my own body. What is the purpose of our society? Our purpose of society is to preach Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means pure devotional service, nothing less. Are we able to practice pure devotional service or not? It depends on so many things. But should we attempt? 100% we should attempt. We cannot say, okay, in this life I'm going to attempt 10%. Next life 10 more percent. Like that in 10 lives I can go back. Prabhupada said, in this life you can go back. And that promise of our dear Srila Prabhupada is not just a promise, it is reality for us. Why? Because a pure devotee has told that this is possible, hence it is possible. Whatever other people might say doesn't matter. This life it is possible, but how is it possible in this life? By being slack? by doing whatever is possible, just doing the minimal possible. So, Prabhupada has said many times, I'm paraphrasing him, saying that the parents, especially the mother, can raise the child and go back home, back to God. Something like that he has said. Right? I'm paraphrasing. I tried to find, but I could not find the quote. But something like the responsibility of the mother is to take care of the child, and if she does that properly, she can go back home, back to God. Something like that. So if that is the kind of emphasis that Prabhupada puts on parenting and raising children, in a society like ours, where we have children around all of us, even parents or even with couples who do not have children are not absolved of the responsibility of raising a child. Brahmacharis put together, right? Brahmacharis are not absolved of the responsibility of raising the child in the community, because as one of the English proverb it says, it takes a village to raise a child. If the future of our organization is having pure devotees, I don't know how many of us will go there. I'm sure many of you are on the path. I am not. I'm trying to, but there are many, many impediments. If the impediments are there, then this Kaumaram Acharet Pragno, training them from a very young age, if that is the impetus one needs, if that is the encouragement one needs, the training should be done in a very, very proper way. Very, very proper way. Children in devotee families, of course, are taught how to chant Hare Krishna. They are told about Krishna. They are told pastimes about Damodar. They get attracted to Damodar. They are doing Damodar Arti. They are participating in Rath Yatras. Prabhupada himself is one of these people who are Kaumara Macharit Pragno. At the very young age, he did his own Rath Yatra, and later on went and did Rath Yatra at the San Francisco and introduced the Jagannath to the entire world. With such a background in our parampara, in our immediate parampara of ISKCON, when children who are raised in devotee families are emphasized to earn as much as possible. Not directly. Directly one might not say. Directly one might say, it's okay, you do devotional service. But the actions of the parents and the near ones who are inspiration for the children, if their actions are always appreciating something which is materially very nice, children don't learn by listening, they learn by seeing. When somebody who is owning a very nice gadget or has got good house or something is appreciated for them being a devotee, you see in our organization, a devotee who comes wearing a torn dhoti and a devotee who comes with a matka silk, we treat them differently, don't we? Because they are potential donors. But that is being observed by everybody, no? You want this kind of an attention? Hey, wear that matka silk. Come with that pavitra and nice dress with some perfume. You will be treated nicely. So to get that perfume, to get that particular dress, what should I do? I have to go to different institutions to study, make money. Directly nobody is saying. Everybody says, oh, you please focus on devotional service. If you want them to focus on devotional service, give them an environment where they completely believe that devotional service will give them whatever they want. Dhruva Maharaj, Kshatriya, when Suruchi, who's Suruchi? Suruchi is the stepmother. Suruchi is the mother. It was the one who shows him out. Okay. So one is the mother, one is the stepmother. Okay. Suniti is the mother. Always get confused. So when Suruchi told him, don't sit on the lap of Uttanapada, his lips started quivering with anger because he's a Kshatriya, 5-year-old. What if he's 5-year-old? He's still a Kshatriya. The blood boils. When the blood boiled, he became so angry. He came to his mother with tears in his eyes and said, what is this? I want a kingdom bigger than my father. But the mother did not say, go to Harvard, go to Oxford, study well, come back, you can build a kingdom. She said, go to Vishnu. Whatever you want, you have to go to Vishnu only. So if Vishnu is saying, I will give you whatever you want, what is the kingdom? So, but when Dhruva Maharaj went to Vishnu, Vishnu being the trickster he is, he touched him with a conscience and changed his mind. He changed his intention. Though he went with an intention, a polluted intention of material desire, his intentions were purified by the presence of Vishnu and by the mercy of Vishnu. And then he prays, which is there in, I think, Hari Bhakti Vilas, that says, I was looking for glass pieces, my dear Lord, and now I've got you the jewel. So, Dhruva Maharaj, intentions were purified, but his advice by the parents were not wrong. Advice by the mother, the Guru's advice was not wrong. Just think about how one can give them a good, nourished environment. Our Rupa Goswami says in the second verse of Nectar of Instruction, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha laulyamscha shadbir bhaktir vinashyati. If your purpose of raising a child is to nurture the creeper of devotion in their heart by inspiration, should we not give them an environment where all these 6 things are not happening? Atyahara, extreme accumulation. Forget eating. Second meaning is extreme accumulation. Right? Eating, they can eat 1 pizza, it's okay. But I'm saying extreme accumulation. The focus is that you have to have an apartment, not 2 bedroom. It should be 4 bedroom with 3 toilets. Why? Because devotees come as guests, they have to get ready, no? So I need a 4 bedroom apartment in a plush place. And then you have to have a car, not just a simple car, have a BMW. All this is Atyahara. For that there is prayasa. For that they have to finish 1 job and come back and do another job in the outside world. And then even after coming to holy places, they have to do online job. This is also prayasa. Prajalpa. Prajalpa starts with something which is a loose talk. Anything not related to Krishna. Are the children given an environment where they are inspired to speak and hear about Krishna? Shrinvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtanaha hridayantastho hi abhadrani vidhunoti suhrit satam. Immediately the heart is cleansed by all the contaminations. It's just by having attention and attentive hearing. That environment of not having prajalpa. Sangatyage. Are we attentive of what is the kind of sangha that our children are having? When the child is crying, the mother is not able to control, she has to do something of her own. What does the modern mother do? Exactly. Take the phone, shove it in front of the child. And I went outside into the material world, outside Mayapur. Inside our temple premises, there are children roaming around. They have biggest of the phones. Why? Because the fathers and the mothers could not take it. Probably, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, probably they were doing some service in the altar, whatever the case could be. The children are sitting on the steps in one line. 5, 6 children. Everybody is going. Mindless scrolling. Mindless scrolling. I just watched them for a few minutes. In one video, there was a cat coming. In one video, there was a child crawling. No purpose of the video, just dopamine into their brains. Sangatyaga. If Sangha had a form of a gadget, that Sangha is a phone. That phone can give absolute poison. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlad Maharaj with the poison. Here we are succeeding by giving poison to our children. Because there were purity of Narad Muni as a guru, Prahlad Maharaj's devotional creeper was already into a big tree and Vishnu was already protecting him. That kind of protection for our children, just with frail Shraddha, is not a good deal. It's not a good deal. When children are given the Sangha, what they do? Sangatyage? No. What is it? Atyahara prayasascha pajalpo niyamagraha. Niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means following the rules for the sake of following or not following it completely. Either of these two. How many times we see? Okay, you want to do this activity? Okay, don't chant for a while. Or chant and I will get you this. No. Sangatyage satovvrute? No, what I'm missing. Nidhyamagraha. Janasangascha. Janasanga. This Janasanga is the gadgets which they have at home. Laulyam. Laulyam has been infused into the children. It's not enough for you to get 90%. You have to get 99.6%. One child I knew scored 99.2% and the parents were unhappy. I asked them why you could not pay for the rest 0.8%. Anyways, it looks like a paid result. In my time, passing 80 was difficult. If somebody's got 99.2, 100% they have paid something. Anyway, jokes apart, parents are unhappy at a 99.2% of a result. This is laulyam. For them there's nothing is satisfactory. Nothing is satisfactory. Apparently I heard that nowadays in the school there is no percentage, only gradation. God bless them. But anyway, point is, laulyam has been infused into the children's mind from Kaumaram, from very childhood, right? So with this, if this is the power of early devotional service would be crippled and killed with this kind of an activity. Similar to how it happened with Duryodhana, for example. If you read the Mahabharata, I was surprised when I read it for the first time. In the middle of the war, Duryodhana is coming to Bhishma and saying, you are incapable of killing Arjuna. You are incapable of killing Pandava. He's rebuking the grand desire. And then Bhishma says, you don't know they are protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. I was surprised to hear Duryodhana's answer. Duryodhana says, yes, I know Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you please tell me something more about him? Duryodhana asked to be spoken about Krishna. So we all think that Duryodhana means he never respected Krishna. No, he also was trained. When he went to Drona, Kripa, Bhishma and Vidura, they were the trainers of Duryodhana also, like the Kaurava, like the Pandavas. It's not that the Kauravas and the Pandavas were only trained with arrows and bows. They were trained in Vedas also. All Kshatriyas are trained in everything. Of course, their focus is different. So when the training was happening, Duryodhana was first spoilt by the blind love from his father. Literally and figuratively. Right? Dhritarashtra was blind, and he was blind towards all the bad activities of Duryodhana. Inclination to hurt somebody is always there in children. One of the children, I know they were saying that whenever I go to a metro station, I feel like pushing the person in front in the metro station. I said, what are you saying? Are you serious? He said, I feel like, I never do. Okay? If you go into the metro station, after that I went to the metro station, I said, this feeling is sort of there in human beings maybe. So the bad feelings might be there, but it will either be encouraged or discouraged by the words of or the actions of the parents. So Dhritarashtra did not stop Duryodhana, Gandhari did not chastise him properly. She herself was the result of envy. When Kunti gave birth earlier than her, she hit onto her womb and then the lump of mass was formed. All these stories we know. So Gandhari did not chastise him. Then his Sangha was Shakuni and Karna. Though there are examples of great friendship between Duryodhana and Karna, that is not the point of interest. The point of interest is how did they induce him to do bad things? That is Sangha. So when we are careful and clear that our life is to perfect ourselves, to go back to God, and how can we afford to give our children a Sangha which is contaminating? So Duryodhana is an example of how early spiritual training could be spoilt because of the family. Are we trying to raise Prahlad Maharaj? Are we trying to raise Duryodhana? We as a community should see. Our behavior should be inspiring to the children. All couples without children and brahmacharis and people who have children, everybody has this responsibility. Saying that, hey, somebody is looking at me, let me behave properly. Especially children are looking at me. Prabhupada said these are our future. These are Vaikuntha children. And we are spoiling their prospects by giving them the wrong objectives, wrong goals, praising them for the wrong things. So, Kaumaram Macharet Pragno Dharman Bhagavataniha Adhruvam Arthadam. That human life is very, very impermanent. Let us make use of it for the better use. It's like if you use a human life for sense gratification, there are so many examples which are given. My personal favorite example is like using an iPhone to use it as a door stopper. You buy an costly iPhone or lakh rupees or something and use it as a door stopper, it will work. For sure the door will stop. But that is not the purpose of an iPhone. So I think we can probably stop here and discuss a few things. Any thoughts, any comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for a wonderful class. When I moved to India in 1997, I was serving with the Vrindavan Gurukul, and Braj Bihari gave me a document which included the Mahavakyam from Srila Prabhupada of how to take care of our children. And it's simple. These are Vaikuntha, these are not ordinary children. They're from Vaikuntha. We need to love them. When they feel that affection, then that's very, very encouraging to take up the process of bhakti. Typically, in modern society, the children are chastised so heavily that they can't stand their parents, particularly their father. And, my brother was a university president for over 35 years, and he dealt with so many young people. He actually has a PhD in psychology, focusing on the tradition from youth to adulthood. And he said he didn't meet one boy that wasn't mad at his father. And, it's just pretty much the way it goes. Certainly Guru and Pita, Guru, they need to sometimes chastise the child or the disciple. But the main thing is the love. And that's what everyone felt with Srila Prabhupada. So much deep, compassionate love. One other point, and that is, it seems like there's another purpose also for Lord Nrsingadev's appearance. Yeah, he saved Prahlad Maharaj from this vicious, Hiranyakashipu, but he also saving us. I had a remarkable experience when Pankajangri Prabhu, I went to him and asked him to pray to Lord Nrsingadev, do a puja, full day puja for me, to remove all the anarthas from my heart. And he looked at me and said, Jamastami Prabhu, you want me to do a full day puja to Nrsingadev to remove all the anarthas from your heart? And I said, yeah. And he said it 2 more times. And I said, yes. And then I understood 5 days later why he was worried about doing a full day puja without prayer, because I was asked by my team members to step down from being the director of the Mayapur Institute. And then all kinds of purification took place. I mean, heavy duty. And it was really good for me. And so whenever I take darshan of Lord Nrsimhadev, I say, just keep it going. I take them all out. It's really helpful. So, you know, he's there for all of us. And
Yes.
Pankajangri also published a book. I think it was, came out in the early 90s, on the miracles that Lord Nrsimhadev performed to help devotees with serious health challenges. Amazing. And I've used that same formula, you know, and helped so many. One devotee who's a regional body commissioner in Florida, and he was in the hospital with serious health challenges, heart. It looked like he wasn't going to live. And I did the puja and back in his service and doing amazing service for Prabhupada's mission. And it's happened with quite a few devotees I've done this with. And amazing. All right, I'll keep my big mouth shut now.
Thank you so much. Just one reflection on that comment from Janmashtami Prabhu. So, Narsimhadev came for the protection of Prahlad Maharaj, and he's staying here to protect all of us on the request of Prahlad Maharaj. Right? So, basically, like when he came, Prahlad Maharaj came as Vasudev Datta. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that I have been purchased by Vasudev Datta because of his mood, saying that, hey, let everybody's sin be taken upon me and everybody be saved. So that mood of Prahlad Maharaj, that he is requesting Narsimhadev to save all of us. This is one reflection I had on the thought. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So,
Yes.
I have experience because I'm living in Mayapur for the last 4 years almost. So, I'm dealing with parents. So, parents have a fear that if my child will go totally into devotion, then it is not good for them also in future, because who will take care of them?
Yeah.
So that fear is actually there, and because of that they are thinking, okay, let them qualify for some exams and settle them, and then definitely we will motivate them for the devotional part and preaching part later on, not from the beginning. If they will move totally, they have a fear the child will move any direction with full devotion, then it will be a problem for them. So one thing is there in the mind. So and second thing, you rightly said from the beginning, we should follow like Prahlad Maharaj was trained like that. Prahlad Maharaj was one exception. Even in the society of demons, he was an exception. But in our society, suppose we have to see some practical example coming from the top. Someone is following that, then everywhere the Gurukula system is there, then people will see and automatically will start motivating. Self-motivation will be there automatically. But in our society, unfortunately, we are not seeing everywhere all those things which common neophyte devotees should imbibe them. We are not seeing that. So because as you said, seeing and then following starts for a child and also for even parents, I think so. Yes, Bhagavatam lecture is there, everything is there, but once we hear and after that examples are not there in front of us, then the motivation, self-motivation is not coming. Every 24 hours the motivation is not there. So this is my experience and all what you just say, Prabhu, please guide us.
Yes.
Prabhu, another thing, the parents say that the children should do samsar, forcefully. Even if the children doesn't wants to, not inclined much, the children should do sansar. First they will do sansar, then they can give it up, and something like that they say. And
Oh, they have to get into the samsara, Anila, then the Guru will come and save.
yeah, something like that. They say that you have to put it into the samsar, then they can give it up later.
See,
in based on
see, every theory is right because it is for their own children they're going to have. But I'm speaking from the Bhagavatam perspective, which Prahlad Maharaja said. Now, if you are looking for examples where you say, give me the proof of the pudding that if I completely surrender, Krishna will save me. Hundreds of examples are there. The key word is completely surrender. Sincere surrender. The problem is that we want to fake surrender and expect full result. When we try to fake surrender, Krishna is the biggest of the cheat. He is the one who knows exactly what is there in our heart. Right? He is bhavagrahi. Whether you are able to completely focus by closing your eyes and as though sitting as though you are meditating, you know what is going in your heart. Whether other people know or not, you know it. That is the reason many of us are scared to go in front of great devotees, because we are scared that they might see us through what is there in our heart. If there were subtitles of what is going in our heart scrolling across our stomach like this, would anybody try to dare to come in public? Chanceless. Because the heart always has got thoughts which is not supposed to have at that particular moment. We might be in front of the deities, we might be in the Grahastha ashrama, Brahmacharya ashrama, Vanaprastha, or I don't know about sannyas, but I'm saying, whatever you might be in, there are always, this I'm not saying, Shastras are saying that there are always thoughts which are not supposed to be till the time of death. I had asked one, whom did I ask? I think I asked Vidwan Gaurang Prabhu. I said, when will the attraction to the opposite gender go? He said, just chant, pray to Narsimha and wait for your final breath. Till that time it is going to be there. There is a big story, when Akbar was said that then the Birbal took the young daughter of Akbar in front of a dying man, and he asked Akbar, see where the dying man is seeing. And he was looking at the daughter. So, the thoughts which are there in our heart are those which are probably not supposed to be. Some of you might be got purified already, but I'm speaking in general. So in general, if that is the case, then it is very, very difficult for us to go in that direction and say that this is right, this is wrong for one particular child. But I'm speaking from the Shastra's perspective, that saying that if there is complete surrender, if you're not faking surrender, then the results are there. Krishna is going to take care. There are so many instances of surrender being awarded by Krishna by his personal reciprocation. There is Arjuna Acharya, when he said he struck off the line from Bhagavad Gita, and then he came and there was so many stories, we know it. We consider them to be stories, that's the problem. The problem is that they consider them to be stories. How will it happen to me? Why will it happen to me? The doubt itself shows that I am not completely surrendered, because I know what is there in my heart. Right? Once there is complete surrender, the parents should try and see if they want to, if they're so eager to find examples, why can't they try to make an example of their own children, of themselves? Try complete surrender. I know that there are many moving parts. I'm speaking very idealistically without having personal experience of parenting. I know all these faults of mine. But Krishna said this. Prahlad Maharaj said this. Prabhupada said this. We must make a sincere attempt to do this. If not 100%, at least theoretically we must keep training the children, saying that, hey, Krishna is supreme and you are supposed to go back to Godhead. All these are incidental. It's okay. You focus on devotional service, I'll support you. Something like this. Okay, we can't churn an answer for such a deep question in 5 minutes. It has to be a lifelong exercise. And there are many people who are professionally helping you, Krishna consciously helping you. But We have to go by what Prabhupada is purely saying, because many of the outside examples and advices are watered down to suit the modern situation, That is a problem. When you have a watered down solution and you're expecting a result like an elixir, how can elixirs be watered down? Elixirs are concentrated, pure activities or pure results. Yes, Prabhu, you have a question.
It's time to close the class.
Thank you very
I
much.
just want to thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।